guys, and welcome back to Celebrity with Nene. I'm Nene, and then today my crew members are Reese and Sean. So remember, you can always join the crew along with us by clicking that subscribe button down below. Okay, and also make sure you hit that like button as well. Okay, and so today we're going to be doing a recap on Real Housewives of Potomac. So this is episode 9 of season 6. All right, and so the episode, it starts out with Ray. He's giving Karen a foot massage. Ray, he's such a nice guy, isn't he? I love Ray. I love Ray. All right, and so and they're talking about their upcoming vow renewal. Okay, so they just speak on it a little bit, not too much. And so, so G, Mia's husband. The next scene we see G and Mia. Okay, so G is helping Mia pick out an outfit for her to wear to lunch with her mom the next day. And so Mia is also talking to him about her mom and, what is going to happen at their lunch the following day. And so G was just being really encouraging to her, which he seems to be in every episode. He's always very encouraging and telling her, things to help uplift her because he could just see that, she's anxious about their meeting tomorrow. And so the next scene that we see is Wendy and Eddie talking. And so Wendy tells him about Williamsburg. And so Eddie is feeling some type of way because he's saying that he and Wendy had told their wedding story, and how they went against Eddie's family for them two to get married. So he's like, how can you sit here and make it seem like I'm out there moving this type of way when, I went through so much to get married to you. Why would I then turn around and be disrespecting you out in public like this? Mm-hmm. Right? And so, he was just saying they went through so much to be together. So, what do you guys think of those scenes that we saw? They were very short clips of scenes.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Like, I think Ray was really sweet, and I think Mia's husband, is probably my favorite husband right now.
Okay.
He just seems like just so chill and cool, and like, I don't know, like, I like his personality, but and then if you're gonna get the two older men, I think he's the more handsome one. So partially. But the scene with Wendy and her husband, I don't know. I guess it made me kind of feel bad for saying that he probably did cheat, but I do still stand because it sounds like he legit was like, we went through this and that, but at the same time, that could be a good cover to help hide the lying and cheating. So I don't know, like, I'm still torn on it. Like, 9 times out of 10, he probably didn't do it, but I just hope and pray he didn't, just because he gonna make her look real dumb if he did. Yeah. Even after what he said this time.
But at the same time, it's kind of like what he said. If he does cheat on her, it's kind of like, why did you go through so much to be with her only to do her like this? And not even only her, but your children and, so, yeah.
Well, I know. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I did see, just like people, people been talking about this stuff online and junk, but somebody made a comment about, like, I guess the type of women he follows on his Instagram.
Yeah.
And they were like, if you're going to follow those kind of women, it could put insecurity in her, as well as if you didn't cheat and these allegations going around, why would you continue to follow him? Maybe he should be unfollowing some of these people just to kill any rumors. So that's what makes me wonder, like, is he really as great of a guy as he's saying he is? I'm not saying just because he's following women, but if it's only a certain type that he's following and he's making her insecure, you know what I mean? Like, if you went through all this to be with her to make her happy, oh, okay, roger that. So DeMel want to come in the comments.
Thanks, he says
he want to be able to comment, huh? Whatever, DeMel. But so what? I'll be that Mia, or Karen. Yeah, or Karen. Hey, I'll be that Mia or Karen. But it just made me wonder, like, they're going so far above and beyond to be like, it ain't true, Like, if I say it's true, whatever, moving on.
You know what? I had saw where someone else, another YouTuber, had said it, and they were like, how did they word it? They said, they were saying like the person that supposedly he cheated with is somebody that works in his office. So there's a lot more implications to this. Like if it is found to be true and he was messing around with somebody in his office, they may have very strict rules about fraternizing among employees. Or what if she reports to him? You know, that could be a sexual harassment case. Or even now with the rumor being out there, there could be a woman that say, "Hey, it was me. I was the one that was sleeping with him," and stir up some mess. So I can get why they would not want that rumor out there so badly. Yeah. Not just for their marriage sake, but for his career sake as well.
True. I just hope it don't come out. We'll see though. I'm waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think about all this, Sean?
Oh, I say if you find a man that's gonna rub your feet, keep that man.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he was rubbing them feet down.
Yeah,
he was enjoying that, enjoying his woman. Absolutely. All right, so there we see Robin.
He's still going.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
The fact that if he isn't cheating on the on her on Wendy, that would be cold. But if he is, that would be even sad too, because of the fact that she is sticking up for her man, which you know
she is
the man, but you know you're sticking up for your significant other, and it comes out that they're doing the exact same thing that you're trying not to let people know. Then you got to walk around with egg on your face, and especially you don't want to walk around with egg on your face around those other so-called friends.
Right.
So that's kind of cold. That's not cold.
Yeah, exactly. I absolutely understand. So the next scene we see Robin, she shows up at the trap house, aka Giselle's house. And she's trying to get into the house through a sliding door. But it's like the door is broken. But what I found funniest about it is Giselle jumps up and is like, "No, don't break the door. The door's already broken, sweetheart. If you can't open the door, clearly, the door is broken, and you need to do something about that." Instead of meddling in everybody's business, but I digress. And so they're working on their podcast at Giselle's house. Looks like they're probably in a basement or something. And so, of all the things to talk about, they start talking about cheating. Now, I'm going to say this. I felt like Giselle could really give some good advice about cheating. She could, but I felt like she wasn't giving her own personal, like, she could use the whole Jamal Brain thing and really relate to women. Be like, you know what? I got back together with an ex that used to cheat on me, and he did it again. I'm still recovering from that. People could understand it. I could understand it. I might have some leeway towards her. But it's still like you're still putting up this facade. Just that. And this was the time for her to do it. So she's talking about, they're doing a podcast about cheating. And so she says that if a man cheats on you, there's a 350% chance he will cheat again. And she says, I wish I knew that 2 years ago. But then she backpedals and pussy pops her way out of it when the producer asked her about it. She's like, "Oh, was I with Jamal 2 years ago?" Well, I'm just like, girl, just stop it. Why don't you just let the storyline flow? That's all I'm. Yeah. And so Robin, she's throwing some shade at her confessionals, which is going to be interesting to hear Giselle's take once she sees this. Because I know right now she doesn't see it, but yeah. And so Robin admits that she turned a blind eye to a lot of Juan's cheating that he did beforehand when they were together. And Giselle is like, "Oh no, she couldn't do that," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, but you had to have if he was sleeping with members in the congregation and you had no clue. I think you might have had a clue and you were turning a blind eye to it. You're trying to act all innocent now, like, "Oh, I didn't know." So, what did y'all think of this whole podcast scene in that trap house? The trap house door.
Oh, I didn't know if he wanted to go first or not.
Yeah. Well, what did you think, Sean?
Well, seeing how the captain of Team Giselle is not in,
I know. Oh, our personal cheerleader.
Throwing shade on those girls, homegirl, because she can't hit her people like that. So shame on me. But the whole cheating thing, because she had talk about men cheat 24% of the time or 28%, something like that in a relationship. And I was like, well, if you're going to say that, then bring out the percentage that women cheat also, because women do cheat. Because I can say for sure before you, close your mouth, close your mouth, close your mouth.
Well, no, you know what? Because I'm going to say, you know what? Women do cheat. I'm not saying I'm a cheater when I say we. Women do cheat. They do. But Giselle tried to make it seem like every man cheats, and that's not true. Not all men cheat.
It's not true, because out of all the relationships that I've been in, every woman that I've been in cheated, and I didn't cheat in not one time. So that's not, that goes with the thing that women cheat. So the when she had also made the comment when she was talking about cheating, and that she was going to say that, she said something about if this was according to her friends or her personal people, it'd be 100%. So I was like, oh, she throwing shade on
like Robin and Wendy. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, she should just use her own experience, and then if you use your own experience, I think you'll be able to reach more people than trying to throw shade at other people. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that she's throwing shade on something we all know that she went through.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the thing about it. So what do you think, Reese?
So about the door, I'm gonna just assume that's part of the renovation, that maybe they just missed it and she just like, hey. Because I mean, we know that's got to be an old house with a new house like patched onto it. Don't get me wrong, from what I have seen, you know what I'm saying?
Some said, we have a comment from Kim Cook. She says, women don't cheat.
Yes, they
exactly.
do.
No,
yes,
no.
Exactly, Kim. I'm gonna go along with that one because I'm a woman. Team woman.
So every woman I think.
Woman. So we just say men typically cheat more often than women.
Ladies, scallywags, hookers, they all cheat. But women,
women don't.
Oh, okay. Boys, boys cheat, but real men don't cheat.
Okay. We'll take that.
I can give you that,
yeah. Because real women don't cheat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we'll say girls, boys, want to be players, all that. Yeah, those are the cheaters. And that's them the statistics she was bringing up. And it is, I think it probably is true that once somebody cheats, they probably will cheat again. But I also feel like sometimes people can change. I don't know. Like, I still think people can, because that's why most people give a person a second chance. If you blow it, then you blow it. But some people don't blow it. Like the late Kobe Bryant, he ain't blow it. I don't think that man ever cheated again after he almost lost his wife. If people might can say what they want to say, but I think that one incident, that was enough for that man. I'm like, yeah. I don't know about how the rest of his life was, but yeah, I think that she had him on lock after that. Not to mention, I didn't think he want to buy them old big giant rings. So I don't blame him. Because that was an expensive apology.
Yeah, he didn't want to buy any more apology gifts.
Yeah. But what I would say about the podcast, I agree. I think she could have used her situation and talked about Jemima, because she kind of hinted at it. And I feel like she was saying it as if everybody already know her life and everybody already knows. But for those that don't know, you know what I mean? She could have said more. She didn't have to go into like that fact that he's a pastor, because we already know he was a loser pastor. And if he's still a pastor, he's still a loser pastor in my eyes. He might ask for God for forgiveness and moved on. But I still think that at this point, you need to step down from that position, because forgiveness or not, like that's a stain on the church. And I feel like you need to step down from that position as pastor. You can still stay in the church, because by all means, be saved and get saved and never leave God. But yeah, I don't think you should be leading a flock though, if that's your reputation. Because if you're doing it in the church, chances are he's still probably doing it even without her. But
I know one of the women he was cheating with was a pastor that he met at like a convention and slept with her. So,
they dragging the church down. People like them should step down, because you put a bad name on all pastors, and that's not even the case with all pastors.
Right.
And that's not the case with all churches. You know what I mean? Like I can say almost all churches go through stuff, but every member of the church isn't like that. But what happens is people look at that. People who maybe even on the fence about going to church, like, why would I go to church? And this is what churches do. So, my opinion on him is very I don't want to say it's negative, but it is because I appreciate church and I love God and all that stuff, and I don't like the stain that puts on it, because I wouldn't want, somebody to look at my life and be like, oh, I don't want to go to church because of your life. But I feel like if you're my leader and this is what you do, either you're gonna guide me down the wrong path, or I'm gonna be like, I don't want to do church because look, here we go again. There's another one doing it. There's another one. There's another one. And you're the leader. So on the case of him, like, she might not have to bring that part up, but I mean, the world that knows her situation knows he was a slimy dude. So to say that, hey, I had kids, I felt like, I'm gonna give him another chance for the sake of my family or the sake of the fact that I still wasn't over him, and then he did it again. I learned my lesson. And then that whole, if somebody had told me that 2 years, and I actually thought that was a positive step, but when she backtracked in the back, I was like, girl, you should have kept that, because that was a good little jab, you know what I mean? And it's the truth. Like, if she knew what she knew now 2 years ago, she probably wouldn't have taken it back. Or maybe she would have, but she still realizes, like, okay, now I know for a fact that was stupid, but the heart wants what it wants. And like she said, her reality is her reality. So if she really believed, no matter what, knowing that he was as grimy as he was, that he was gonna be faithful, wasn't nobody gonna change her mind on that.
No. I mean, even her kids change your mind on it, So yeah, like I said, it would have made her very relatable in that moment. But I hate that she didn't take advantage of that, and just open up, be a little vulnerable. And so the next scene was Candace. She's working on her assignments and talking to Chris on the couch. So Candace tells Chris what Giselle said about him in Williamsburg. The whole, do you think he's, taking
riding on the coattail?
Yeah, riding on your coattails. And she also tells him Ashley came in and she started a mess when she came. Alrighty. And so with their conversation, give my take on it. I completely understand you sitting there talking to your spouse, because you should be able to talk to your spouse about things going on in your life. If Giselle is supposed to be your friend, and I don't understand why she went and told Chris what Giselle said. I really didn't understand the point of that. But I don't know, maybe one of the two of you can let me know maybe what her intentions were by telling Chris. I know Chris, for the most part, likes Giselle. Every time she comes over, where's the food? Where's Chris? Chris cooks for her and stuff. So I really didn't understand why she said that to him. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of that scene.
I think she said it because she probably, in her, deep down within her, she feels that he is riding on her coattail. He's not doing enough outside of the husbander. I think that's what she said.
Yeah.
So outside of that, so maybe she is feeling like she's the one that's bringing in the money.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and her friend had brought it up and planted some seeds of doubt in her, and now she wants her husband to come out and say no and the reason why, and to take those doubts away.
Maybe. I didn't look at it that way, but that could be why she said that. Absolutely. Almost like, they see it. So maybe that's where that came from. Because I was confused. I'm like, oh, why are you telling him this? But I can see your point of that, Sean. What do you think, Reese?
I was thinking the same thing that Sean said. I was thinking that, that was her way of kind of easing that in there and just, testing the waters to see what he would say. And then, but I agree with what you said, because I didn't look at that point. Like, this is your friend, so why are you going back and saying that, when, to me, at the dinner, when it was brought up, you ain't have nothing to say. So obviously it didn't bother you. Like, I know exactly why, Karen would go back and talk to her husband, because she always stood up for him. Wendy stood up for her man, so, it doesn't make sense that at the dinner you didn't have a problem with it. So why all of a sudden is it like, oh, guess what she said? She was wrong. Even in her confessional, she kind of was making it like she was a little annoyed by it, but it's like, you ain't act like that at dinner. So to me, that was kind of silly that she even brought it up. But at the same time, if it's like Sean said, then yeah, maybe she trying to test the waters and see like, why are you riding my coattail, or do you feel like you ride my coattail? Because I kind of feel like that, like I think it is like that.
Okay. So our next scene was Michael and Ashley, which right now, and I know I've said this, I'm probably sounding like a broken record. Their scenes are just really boring these days because the only thing she talks about is the babies. Now the babies, cute kids or whatever, but I'm just like, okay. So in their scene, they're taking the baby to see a therapist about the baby not latching correctly. Okay. And so on their car ride, once they're done with the therapy appointment, they're in the car heading home, or home, I assume. And Ashley's trying to ease into the conversation to, yes, she's feeling a little bit insecure about whether Michael is still attracted to her. And so she's trying to ease into the conversation of it. And so he said something that just bothered me. He didn't say this exactly verbatim, but this is the way I took it. Okay. So Michael says that she is getting back into shape quickly, and that's great for him. And I'm like, you sounded so superficial right there, Michael.
Yeah,
like, why couldn't you have given your wife what she needed in that moment?
Because she looked awkward.
Yeah.
What he should have gave her? What he should have said?
He could have been like, you know what, you look great. You know what, you're actually bouncing back. You know, you look great. I hope you are in love with your new body the way I'm in love with it or something. But to tell her she's losing weight quickly and that's great for him, maybe something positive for her, you know?
So you agree with what he said?
Nah, say what you got to say. Don't say what you got to say.
Oh, come on with it, Sean. Look, come on.
He pulled out that Candace tissue, huh?
Yeah, he got the Candace tissue.
Nah. He spoke his truth. He told the truth. That's how he felt. You know. Now, yeah, he probably could have, but then again, even if he would have said that, I don't think she would accept it, because you can look all crazy how you want with your lips going. I'm talking to you, Reese. But because women, you women.
You women. Oh.
That's right, you women.
Oh.
Because a man, will tell you exactly how he feel about how you look, and he can tell you that you look good. But if you don't feel like you look good, then it don't matter what he say. You still gonna feel all down and depressed about it.
But if you know your woman's coming to you, especially because she was kind of hinting off that, in a sexual manner too, you couldn't pick. I mean, he should have picked up on that and tried to help encourage her to feel better. That's like if she came and was like, "Do I look fat in this dress?" Even if she did look fat, would you tell her?
Would I tell her?
Yes, especially right after she had a baby. Yes, Sean, you're on the spot. Would you tell her?
Yes, I would tell her the truth. I would
tell her to look fat.
That dress looks. That dress does make you look fat. You might want to put on something.
Oh, see, Sean, you've been trying to play Mr. Nice Guy on all our shows, and now we see him.
Yeah, because this young lady, she has a problem with her weight. And
she does not have a problem with her weight.
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about a certain young lady. And tell her all the time that she looks good, but she still have a problem with her weight. She still feels bad about the weight that she has on. I even say, girl, that's even more for me to love. But that ain't helping out either. So what's a guy to do?
I feel like that's not even a nice comment.
I mean, encourage her, but don't make it about you. Like, oh yeah, you're losing weight, and I really love it. Yeah.
So he should
like, oh, okay.
He should have said, "I'll just keep adding on the weight."
No, he could have been like, yes, I'm attracted to you. Everything is great. It's just, you have the new baby. You have to feed him every hour. So, that's why I'm keeping my distance, to allow you to be able to handle the baby. Just something like
Mhm.
that. And not
Mm,
make it about him and her weight loss. I
Mhm.
don't know.
mm. I don't think he should win either way go with that.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
I feel like she looked awkward in that scene. Like she just sitting there like I don't know. She just looking crazy when he said it. So I don't think what he said was what she needed. Cause yeah, he looked. I mean, she just was looking awkward as he was like, "Yeah, you're losing weight, which is good for me." She just looking like, So I don't
yeah.
know. I mean, overall the scene was boring. I thought it was pretty cool, the little massage thing for the baby. Like that was pretty cool.
Oh, that was great.
Huh?
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, how much money that probably cost them to take them to a massage therapist for a baby. I thought they was going for her when I was watching it first. But then when the baby and she was holding the baby, I was like, that's something that a mother should be doing naturally. A mother should be cradling a baby, playing with the neck and all that type of stuff. Everything that massage person did, that's something that
I think
uh,
the issue that Ashley didn't know how to do that or what to do for the baby. But I kind of wondered about the cost too when Michael was like, "Can you kind of tell me your credentials and what have you been able to accomplish by this stuff?" I was like, this must be a little pricey. That's why he is questioning this woman's credentials and stuff.
Mhm.
So I did think
mm,
about the price part of it too.
But
Absolutely.
I think like the price part, like Ashley was saying, this is still something to try because they're trying to do whatever they can for before going into surgery. So to me, it's
Yeah.
like physical therapy, like or even massage. You know, if somebody was going to get massage for physical therapy purposes or physical therapy, yeah, you can go to your husband, like as a woman, go to your husband and say, "Hey, my back hurts, rub my back." But if he's not a professional masseuse, you don't really know what to hit to really help certain areas. And maybe there's a muscle you got to hit to help the hip bone, or you know what I'm saying? Because you know all the different points, and that's the same with physical therapy. You can look up some exercises, but they're gonna know what exercises is really gonna help the muscle that you need. And that's what for me, what she was doing for the baby, because she's trying to do something to relax the mouth or whatever, so that he can feed. And I felt like it was pretty cool because if it's something that can be helped with that, I mean that's way better than a doggone surgery cutting the little thing in his mouth, which would be more painful. He won't remember it, but I don't know. I mean, if it's super expensive, they got money, so it probably wasn't that big of a deal where it'd be to somebody regular, and that's probably why regular people just massage the baby probably anyways. But I don't know that the regular person would have known all the places to go because who would sit there massaging the baby's jaw and all that? Like, I don't know. Maybe because I don't have a baby. I don't know. But
I can see both ways.
yeah.
Absolutely. So the next scene was Robin. Okay. So Robin is talking to her son, I think it was Carter, and she's talking to him about getting a life coach. So Carter looks at her and he's like, I don't know what a life coach is. Right? And so I'm gonna go through this real quick. For me, now this is just my opinion. I don't believe in putting children in adult conversations or having conversations with them that is adult should be held with another adult. Because as you can also see in that scene, he says, look it up on YouTube. Is that a Reese? Oh, I guess maybe a Reese about the exercises.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So the scene with Robin. Now that's just my opinion. I feel like you need to let your children be children and don't be bringing them into adult situations that they clearly he doesn't even understand. So for me, I didn't really like her doing that. And then when she was on the phone, she was making that phone call in front of her kids. That was something else I did not agree with. So that scene to me, I couldn't agree with a lot of things going on there. I'm very much so allow kids to stay in a kid's place, enjoy their childhood. Don't be dragging them into adult stuff. And you're also adding unnecessary stress onto your kids. So now your child is sitting back thinking, my mom needs a life coach and la la la. I just that's too much for kids. What did y'all think about the scene?
I'm on the same page. Like I was like, why is she having a conversation with him? Like I thought the route she was gonna go was, do you feel like, like she was coming to him like, hey, I wake you up late. Do you feel like do you feel like I'm neglecting you, or am I, I mean, like things like, do you feel like you need my help more? I'm not present because I'm sorry, because I realize what I've been doing lately. But the life coach piece, that's something she should have been talking to Juan about, or talking to one of her friends, or just don't even do it, just call the person and set up your appointment. But I was like, to talk to him about it, because then she was like, I need to they'll help me get my life together. And he was like, you ain't got your life together? Like, that was hilarious to me. But because then it made her look silly too. Like, you're a kid, so you ain't got your life together. But I'm with you. That was an odd conversation. I don't know if maybe because the boyfriend ain't there, and he's the oldest kid. I don't know, but it just seemed weird to have that with him.
Yeah. But for me, I feel like Juan doesn't live in that house, so maybe she really needed to get it off her chest at that moment, so she ran to the kid. Um, but I'm just still like, no, you should have called Juan, called Giselle, somebody else. What did you think, Sean? I'd like
Well,
to hear your take on this.
yeah, I agree with you all are saying. But like also when she was talking to him and saying how I wake up late, I thought she was going in the angle of because he was laying down on the sofa. It's
Yeah.
like I know I've been a bad example by me being laying down for a long time. Don't you think you need to get up and go outside and do something?
Yeah.
She was gonna go, but then when she started talking about the life thing, the life coach, and I was like, life coach, what you need a life coach for? Myself, and then I think she can't go to her friends because later on down the road, her friends gonna throw it in her face. So she
Oh
probably was
yeah.
like, nah.
Yeah. At the next event, they will be talking about it on camera because Giselle will bring it up in front of
Yeah,
everybody. Yeah.
she might
Absolutely.
as well talk. But personally, I
Bad
wouldn't
because
talk.
clearly they have a relationship. She should be able to talk to her about it.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
wouldn't.
you on that gay stuff? She on that gay stuff.
Okay, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. That's uh, yeah, because I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't talk to a child about adult stuff because in a couple of months or maybe within 5 years, he's gonna wind up getting to one of her adult conversations, and she's
Hmm.
not gonna like it, and she's gonna try
Right.
to put him in his place. But you the one that brought him in, making him
Right.
believe that he's adult enough to have that conversation with you. So he's gonna
Hmm.
have other adult conversations.
That's
So
a very good point. A very
Mhm.
good point. Because one day, exactly, he could easily jump into a conversation that he has no business in, but you can't say, how can you say something to him now when you were the one initially bringing him in on that? So,
right,
yeah, that's
because I
very
had
good.
because I had a friend that son was cussing or well whatever child was cussing a lot in public and
Hmm.
around the house, and she was like, oh yeah, didn't have a problem with him doing all that cussing. But then one day he cussed in front of the wrong person, and it made embarrassed her, and now she want to
Yeah.
fuss and punish the child. But you was the one that said it was okay to cuss in front of everybody else, so
Yeah.
it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
know some people, they think that that's cute and it's funny. Like, I'm very much so. Kids need to stay in a kid's place. They need to behave like kids. So I'm not going to bring you in to an adult situation or adult conversation when
Mhm.
you don't need to be there. So
True.
absolutely. And so then we go back to Mia. So Mia has lunch with her mom, right? And Mia asks her mom about her dad. She's trying to figure out what happened here. What has happened, with my dad and so the mom reveals that Mia's dad is the one who introduced her to drugs. So I can understand her feeling some type of way about Mia's dad if he
Mhm.
was the cause that he introduced her to drugs, which caused her to have a life of drugs. He
Mhm.
introduced all of that to her. So I understood that. I was like, oh, wow. You know, I definitely stopped and was paying attention. And she also tells Mia about apparently Mia was burnt by some oatmeal. And so she tells Mia what happened on that day, and that, when she got the call to come home because Mia was hurt, she also had found Mia's dad like in the basement with a woman. And so, like I said, I can understand and see where Mia's mom's pain comes from, because I would be holding on to pain and resentment towards a man that changed my life in that way. You know. So what did y'all think of those scenes?
Man, that scene was kind of intense. Like
It was. Yeah.
First I was kind of confused though, because when she was saying, the mom was recovering and she was like, she don't do nothing to make her fall back into it, and then the mom ordered a drink. I'm like, wait, is that supposed to happen? And then she was like, drugs. I'm like, oh, okay. Just don't order her no cocaine, nothing like that. Okay. She scared me for a minute. I'm like, why she ordering that drink? Ain't she recovering? What's she recovering from? But that was just my own little thing at that moment. But I do.
I said I was thinking
the same thing, yeah. And so when I was getting nervous too when she was pushing the mom, because remember she was like, she's not gonna do nothing to push the mom, and I was like, uh-oh. But I'm glad it did turn out okay, where the mom was able to talk, and hopefully they can continue that, because I think there are some things that maybe if she lets Mia know will help improve their relationship, because then Mia will understand why she made the decision she made. So I was like, well, that's pretty good. I mean, the dad is looking like a total whatever right now, but
so the dad died of HIV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of makes I mean, he's not there to defend nothing. So I mean, I don't know. Hopefully everything the mom is saying is true. And then I kind of felt like, when she was like, yeah, it burned me, and then she pointed her face. I was like, did she get burned in her face too? Is that what the scars are? Is that what she's trying to make us believe? But then the mom was like, yeah, it burned you out on your arm. And I'm like, wait, so what happened? Because I'm like, I don't know. That part kind of confused me. And then, I don't know. I mean, and then the outfit. I'm like, why you picked the pink outfit? She didn't wear it, did she?
I don't remember what outfit she wore.
She didn't have it on. I was like, what happened to the little pink belly shirt? Because she had like a jacket, or I don't know, unless she just had a jacket. But I mean, I saw a whole different outfit, and then it's like I didn't see nothing pink on her. I was like, what? Because I was looking for it, but because I thought when she picked it out, I was like, why would you wear that to go meet your mom? Like it wasn't like it, you know what I'm saying? It's like a little half shirt and some pants. I'm like, that's more of like, I don't know. I didn't think that was like the right outfit. You ain't seen your mom in forever, and that's what you wear. But
yeah,
that's what I got out of it.
So what did you think about the scene, Sean?
Yeah, basically the same thing. But the outfit, I don't know if is that the pink outfit you're talking about? That's the one her husband helped her pick out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So typical woman move. Get the man to help you pick something, and then you go with something else. So, like I said, oh boy, no matter what he would have said in that car.
Oh, Sean, you're getting a little beside yourself, aren't you?
Right. That's right. Typical woman move. So hey, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Sean, I need you to calm down and find a drink, sip on your drink, and calm down, okay? All this woman bashing is not necessary, okay?
To help the brothers out, because y'all just going in on the man. The man can't do nothing right.
When did we go in on a man?
We started off by saying all men cheat, but
I didn't say that. Giselle said that.
No, I don't even think she said all men. I think she said a percentage.
But it was a touching moment that they was able to sit down and have a good mother-daughter moment, and to be able to open up the doors to get some closure, so that she can have a better relationship with her mom. And like she was saying, Mia was saying that she only remembered the good stuff with her dad. So, and then the mom, because they probably had a good relationship, the daughter and Mia and the dad, and then that could have made the mom jealous, and that's why she kind of had a little resentment towards Mia, because she's like, Mia only remember the good stuff, but you don't know all the stuff that he was doing behind closed doors. So him, like he's put him on a pedestal, and you treat me all bad.
Yeah, and then it doesn't help that Mia reminds her
Right.
of him so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they have an opportunity to get the floodgates flowing, open up, and they can talk more, and then that would help their relationship later on down the road, and then probably their relationship with Mia's relationship with her kids as well. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there's a problem with their relationship. I'm not putting that out there with the kids. It's just how something
so rubs off and trickles down. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So absolutely. So our next scene was Karen is dress shopping. She has Mia and Wendy with her. And so Karen admits that she has gone over the budget for her dress. I don't remember how much they said the budget was. I don't know why.
10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. All right. And so
that's for the first dress.
Yeah, for the first dress, she went over the budget, which I want to see. Now, other dresses. Let's do a little rating of the dresses. So they showed us 2 dresses at the dress shop. To me, I like the first one that they showed. The second one, I did not like. It looked like a Dynasty reject wedding dress to me, or something that Old Face Anissa would have picked.
No, that ain't even Old Face Anissa level. That still is better than Old Face Anissa. That was better. Maybe the sleeves.
That one was
the
clean.
Little doilies on the sleeve. That's the only thing that I would give to Anissa.
Well, and this one was clean. This dress was clean. It was a vibrant white.
Anissa like full blown doily. Like
dingy
the dress.
Doily. Dingy doily.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot dingy.
Dingy doily.
So which dress did you like, Gracie?
Okay, so I would say the first one. However, to me, these are not after wedding dresses. These still look like wedding dresses to me. I'm like, and then the second one, I'm like, you can't even sit down. You said you want something you can dance in. You can't even sit down. So that's why I'm like, the ladies was right when they were like, okay, sit down. And she was like, you shouldn't have to fall over because then that means you ain't gonna be able to dance. So I was like, what? Why would you get a second dress? It's just like a wedding dress. Like I thought the after party dress is supposed to be more, like still pretty but more comfortable. And I'm like, those dresses those is like, to me, you getting put in them and they're tight fitted and all, just like your wedding dress would be. So I'm like, I didn't really understand. Like I'm like, maybe the third one is gonna be better, but if I'm gonna go with any of them, I would say neither, because neither were after party or after wedding dresses. But out of the 2, the first one was prettier.
What did you think, Sean?
Oh, I don't remember the dresses.
I think you just don't want to talk about it, Sean.
I don't remember the first dress. I wasn't keeping count. I only saw the dress where it was like the lace top, and it's kind of shaped like a mermaid type thing. And do the one with
the second one, I believe.
Did it have the sleeves? She was flapping her arms. Oh, yeah. Because she's doing the arms. I'm like, yeah, those sleeves really ugly.
Because there's the one with
I didn't like the sleeves.
Was trying to sit down. They told her to sit down, and she couldn't sit down.
Yeah, that's the second dress.
Oh, okay. So then I don't know what the first one looked like, but the second one, the one that she's supposed to be dancing in and moving around. No, that's not. That's not.
That ain't it, sis. That ain't it.
Stand on the wall.
You can do a little 2-step, a little.
Yeah, I didn't know she could do that, man. Them legs be stuck like.
So while they're with Karen, Mia tells Wendy and Karen that she received an invite for drinks for Robin's birthday, and that she noticed on the text that Karen and Wendy were not on the text. And so Wendy says, she basically understands why she would not be on the text and be invited. Karen, kind of understood, or seemed like she understood why she wasn't invited. And so she also says that she would accept a partial apology from Giselle. I don't think she's going to get it, but she did put it out there, and she told Mia that she's putting it out there for me to be able to tell Giselle this. So, I don't know. I guess we should see. Okay, so what did y'all think about,
I thought that was petty. Like, well, first of all, I understand why they didn't invite him. Because Robin was still upset about, I don't know about Karen not being invited. That might have been a Giselle choice.
My only issue was Giselle was the one who invited them. It wasn't really up to Giselle. She should have asked Robin who did she want there. And if Robin was like, I don't want Karen there, then I could understand. But
Yeah.
I don't realize Karen and Robin have an issue.
Mm-mm.
So,
So that's the only person I don't understand. I understand Wendy, because
it's still
Wendy kind
fresh.
of upset both of them, and she insulted Juan, but and then even Robin explained it in her reason why she didn't want her there either. But I don't really understand why Karen didn't get an invite, other than when Giselle said she was trying to keep it drama free, and maybe she felt like there'd be drama. But I think that if she don't say nothing to Karen, Karen won't say nothing to her either.
Yeah, she did.
Because I get the whole weekend, like Karen never said nothing to Giselle other than regular simple things.
So Jamel said, go to Sears and get one. You should be. Well, I know Sears does sell wedding dresses, but I don't think the Grand Dame is going to be buying wedding dresses from Sears.
I don't think so either. That was a typical man comment.
Or at least we think Jamel may be a girl. I might be mispronouncing Jamel's name. So Jamel might be a woman.
I don't know.
And
I would
Jamel,
hope not saying that.
Look, if you bought your wedding dress from Sears, I deeply apologize. I'm not trying to insult your wedding dress or your budget or whatever, but
no, but I mean, I got a prom dress from like Sears or something. So I just look at so you can get really pretty things there, but if I'm rich, that ain't where I'm gonna get mine from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you have a $10,000 budget for a dress, you're not going to Sears.
Yeah.
So did she just dancing?
Well, yeah, she could get an after wedding dress from Sears. Yeah, but definitely not a ceremony dress, I don't think. But again, I'm not trying to insult anybody that got a dress from Sears at all. So I just don't want it to be taken that way. All right, so Chris and Candace, they go to what I'm assuming is dinner. It's either like lunch or dinner. Excuse me. So Candace, I'm sorry.
Because we just recently was in the middle saying something about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh shoot, I don't even know if I remember now. I think I was still talking
about Robin's part, about Robin's birthday.
Because I was gonna say that because Gazelle, she the one that picked the people. She picked them because she didn't want no drama with the other ones, the other group. But
that's the thing. Like Karen doesn't usually start the drama. Now, if you bring it, she gonna come back with that. But she doesn't usually start the drama. But usually it's Giselle starting it.
Yeah, so that's why she wanted drama free. So if they're not there,
she shouldn't have been there.
Because you don't have nobody to start with. Because
she was trying to take Johnny's place. Look at here.
I'm just saying.
Tell Johnny that you took up for her girl Jizzy real good.
Yeah, Johnny not here to defend herself, defend her team Gazelle. So she wanted to keep things drama free, and the best way to keep things drama free is not to bring the person that you know that's going to help you start something. So to keep the peace, keep the mess across the street. So, and that's what she did. She kept the mess away from him.
Okay. I don't agree, but that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I feel like the number one troublemaker is Jizzy, and she should not have been invited if you're trying to keep the drama.
Well, then it wouldn't have been a party because obviously Karen didn't have enough to be like, oh, let me throw a party for my girl Robin. Did she?
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that one. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
Invite Wendy because Wendy was gonna be like, I'm not coming unless Karen coming. So,
which she should, because right now they're not even good terms. She would need somebody to back her up the way Jizzy has RHOP to back her up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do see that. Look, he's trying. All right, so we have Chris and Candace in the next scene going to what I believe is dinner. Candace is upset and she feels everything is not going to be in play for her music video because she's going to be shooting that soon. And Chris is saying that he has other obligations. And so you can tell she is getting upset because she feels like she should be the main obligation since he's her husband, right? So Chris says to her, I don't ask you for any money. I've never asked you for money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Candace ends up getting upset with them. They kind of banter back and forth. And she tells Chris, I will cuss your ass out. They're in this restaurant and she says this to him, right? And so he says that he wants to go golfing in his free time when he's not, working on his stuff, when he has free time. And so he gets up from the table and he tells her to find someone else to do your shit for free. And he walks out the restaurant and goes to the car. So after he walked out, the bill comes. And so Candace says, why am I paying? Here's my tickle. There's a few things that I saw wrong with this, okay? Unless she has him exclusively as her husbander and he can't work at all, I don't know if he's making money off of these classes that he's doing, but I don't. As long as he has everything into play, he can miss, her music video. I feel like, and she shouldn't be this upset about it, especially if it's because he's working, he's doing something else, but he's working. Now, if he was talking about he was going to go play golf during the music video, I would have seen a problem there. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I also the whole "I will cuss your ass out" kind of bothered me a little bit because I didn't feel like their fight was at the level where she needed to be talking to him like that. Not necessarily that a fight should be going to that level, especially they're out in public, but you said that to him out in public. I just felt like that was a level of disrespect I didn't think she needed to be at with him. And then when the bill comes, when she's like, well, why am I paying for this? How else is he going to pay for it? Well, I mean, I guess he's still doing his classes, his cooking classes. Maybe he's getting a little money off of that. But it's like, what this man's budget looks like. Why are you acting like you're annoyed that you have to pay? Mm-hmm. If you're not paying him to be your husbander, you don't want him to do the classes so that he can be your husbander for free, then I don't understand why she was upset that she had to pay for the bill. What did y'all think of this scene?
Oh man, this is the one I was waiting to talk about. I was like, dang, she was tripping. So I agree. Like, I feel like she got to a point that was beyond disrespectful. Because like he said, he's doing it for free. Like, you're over here setting all these expectations. Then if you want him to be a true dedicated manager or husbander, then you should be paying him. Because you're paying other people.
Right.
And then I also feel like maybe a piece of him was kind of annoyed by that comment. Because the way he was saying, like, yeah, he still has to make money also. So, and he did say, like, he has to do his classes. They were already scheduled. Mm-hmm. So maybe a piece of him is like, okay, so you what you want me to do is just sit around doing nothing except waiting on you, basically riding on your coattail. You know what I mean? I think that's where that kind of was coming from. Right. And yeah. I was like, man, I think he might still be a little salty about that. And then which is another reason she probably shouldn't have brought it up. But yeah. I do understand why she was frustrated. When they showed her little scenes of going back, he hasn't been at much, like, many things. And it's like, it seems like where she really, first, she's putting a lot of dependent on him. Like, she's dependent on him maybe too much for somebody that's not getting paid. But yeah, you want him to pay for stuff, so you want him to make money. Well, if he's just going to do your managing, then you should pay him, because even Kris Jenner gets paid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I do understand, because they did show how at important things, and they probably didn't help that they were like, oh, the husband ain't here this time, huh? Oh, he's not here again. He should have been here for this session. And, so it probably makes her feel some kind of way also. And these are things that they probably just need to sit down and talk about, because obviously she has not voiced her opinion on her being upset or feeling like embarrassed or whatever that he wasn't there. So he probably feels that like, hey, you know, I had to work. You have these other people in place also to help. So it really shouldn't be a big deal if I have to work and go do this other thing because I'm gonna be there for A, B, and C. I'm just gonna miss D, E, and F. But I don't know. I mean, she got to make up her mind. Do you want him to make money so he can pay for the food, or do you want him to be a full-time manager? Like, because then he has to quit his classes. And at that point, he probably will feel like he just riding on her coattail because he's gonna be like, okay, now I got to give up everything. Like I've quit most things to deal with your stuff, but now you're gonna give up the last little thing I got, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Okay, Sean. So, what did you think of this scene?
Oh, I agree with Reese. Everything she said. Yeah, yeah. So she spoke well. But
So, I have a question for you, Sean.
well,
What if
hold on.
you and your lady sitting there having lunch, and she doesn't like something that you said calmly to her, wasn't even disrespectful, and she tells you she will cuss your ass out in this restaurant?
I would get up and leave. Yeah, I would do what he did. I'd get up and leave. Or I said, do it. Let me see you do it. And then after she did
Oh, you would encourage her? Now,
it, because back in the day when I was younger, my cousin was talking junk, and he's like, "Man, I'll throw this bottle at you." Now we was a good little different distance away. It was a good little distance away, and
yeah.
so I picked up the bottle and I put it on the ground, and I kept walking. And I was like, "If you're gonna do it, do it. I ain't scared." Now the boy was crazy. He picked it up and he threw it, but yeah,
See?
but once he got close enough, I told him in a polite way, "Don't you ever do anything like that again." But you know, I was a kid. So as an adult, if you're going to threaten me with something, go ahead and do it. And then after you do it, you have to be prepared for the
Consequences.
later. And I'm not going to, I wouldn't cuss her or disrespect her in any way, but I'll just let her know, you know, you can't do that. That's not cool. And if you want this relationship to continue to go on, then, you know, you're going to have to change some of your meaningful ways. If not, then I have to change some of my ways, and I'm gonna have to cut out some of the things that I was doing for you, you know. So it'd be what you call it. Yeah, there'll be a give and give, or take and take, or give take, whatever way it goes. But with their situation, when he was at the table and he was naming names he named like 3-4 names of who's going to be there, and so I'm pretty sure all those people he named, they're getting paid. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know they are. Yeah. Her hairstylist, her makeup artist, all of them. Cameraman, choreographer, all of them are getting paid, but he's not. Yeah.
So if they're getting paid, then they should be there because that's your pay. Now he's not getting paid and he's got a pay and gig, then let the man go earn the money because, as you were saying, Reese, he probably feel like, okay, if I don't go make this money, then later on down the road, you're going to be like, you ride my coattail.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on down the road, I'll be like, well, since I can't go make money anywhere else, here's my bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because he's like, find someone else to do it for free. Yeah, she ain't gonna find nobody gonna do it for free.
I know. Look, the least she could do is pay for them wings and his what else he ordered. I was like, he adding it up though. Like, what you adding all that extra stuff on there? You ain't paying for that.
Yeah. And then my thing is, I'm sure you pay for meals all the time. Why is it bothering you today?
Right.
Because he hasn't worked for a while now. So.
Yeah, and then the clips when they kept on showing what he wasn't there, I was like, okay, now to do fairness, maybe he was at a class trying to make some money. You know, so maybe he was making money somewhere. There's a reason why he wasn't there. You know, and then that's when she should have stepped up and was like, well, yeah, he's doing. Oh, well, she didn't have to explain those people what he's doing. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. Well, I can see it that way. So the next scene is them meeting up for drinks for Robin's birthday. So in this scene, I was actually proud of Alaska because she was standing up for Wendy when the lady started talking about like Wendy. I was proud of her. So she's starting to, you know, grow on me some because I was like, let her go. I'm tired of her being here just to chip in here and there. But, you know, she's growing on me. I'll say that.
Mhm.
And so Ashley and Candace are the two that did not get along, and they brought the drama that Giselle was trying to keep from the group. Candace calls um, Candace called Ashley. She said she has a wide back, no, a wide body, a wide face, and a big ass forehead. And she called her a milkmaid. I'm trying not to laugh because I feel like it's not that funny. I don't agree with body shaming a woman that is pregnant or one that has just given birth. That was Mother Nature taking over her body and having its way with her and the baby. So that's not something necessarily she can control. I don't think that she looks bad considering she had a baby less than a month ago. So I just felt like that was unfair, and I don't know why Candace is constantly coming at her, attacking her like on a motherhood level. It's like, leave that out. What is the issue here? Are you jealous? I'm starting to feel like you are jealous of this woman who has a baby, who has kids. What is the issue here? What did y'all think about this?
I think it is got to be some jealousy. Obviously, I didn't watch previous seasons, so I don't know what all happened previously, but it does sound like there's some like jealousy with the motherhood because she do keep making jabs about it. Like, I get the whole last time when she was like, "Get your milk and get out,"
Yeah.
that was funny because she did have milk in the refrigerator.
And I had to interrupt you. And then did you catch where she was like, "You took your milk and left"? It's like she just keeps on doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's almost like when I'm saying it, I'm laughing at myself because I'm realizing just how silly it sounds. Even though I was kind of laughing at
Calling her a milkmaid.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, because to me that ain't even like a huge insult. Like, okay, she producing milk,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, so that part was kind of funny because I mean, you wouldn't expecting that in a insult for her to say milkmaid. That was kind of funny, but like to say that she got a big body or a square body or whatever she was saying.
Body. She said
a wide body.
Uh-huh.
And a big forehead. Like, first of all, she can't help the forehead. That had nothing to do with nothing. And then second of all, the wide body, like, she really isn't big. Like, I seen a lot bigger when people had their babies. And I'm like, to me, really, she just looked like she's like just slightly pregnant, but that's just she's waiting for that little part to finish going down. So it's like she doesn't look bad at all. For somebody that just had a baby, she does not look bad.
Yeah.
She might not have bounced back as quick as she did maybe her first baby, but she definitely, you know what I mean? And then too, she's having a hard time with the breastfeeding. That might be another reason she's not bouncing back as fast because the baby's not latching. So, and I know that's supposed to be a way to lose weight quick too, is the breastfeeding. So, to say all of that, just I mean, just say that you upset at the girl for bringing the drama. Like, to keep talking about a body and bashing her body and body shaming her, I really feel like that was unnecessary. And it's like she took her anger from that lunch with Chris and brought it to the dinner. I mean, to the drinks, and just continued it. And it was like as soon as she saw Ashley, I felt like she was ready for it. Cause she went over there just talking all to escalate and was like, "Oh, your hair's so pretty," and her hair was pretty. Just talking like, "Oh, look at you," and I was waiting. I'm like, "Did she say anything to anybody else?" Then she sits down. I'm like, I feel like even that was extra as a jab at Ashley.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely was. Because Ashley looked like she was ready for a hug or acknowledgement. So,
but Ashley shouldn't have expected anything. I wouldn't have expected it.
I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have wanted it from her. Mm-mm. You know, after our last encounter, when you told me to get my milk and get the F out of here, like no. No. So, Sean, let's hear your take on this.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because when she called her the garden tube, and
oh yeah, I forgot about that. She did call her that.
Yeah, and then the next statement was wide body, and she just went off about the wide body.
Wide body, yeah. She's going wide body. Oh, wide body.
Yeah, but I mean,
like, but
I get why she was upset. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I was like, so I guess the other thing is acceptable. All right, but don't talk about wide body shame.
Yeah, like I could be a hoe, I could be a milkmaid.
Don't you dare say I got a wide body.
Because like my husband said, I've been working it off and I've been looking good for him.
Yes, it is great to him. It's great to him.
But I think at that point too, it kind of sucks because what could she say about Candace's body? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they probably have similar shapes. Mine is like, I think old girl and more top heavy. But I'm saying, but like, she can't be like, well, your body wide or you out of look at you. You didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it
I
really
wish she came up with a good comeback. That would have been a nice fight.
it's probably kind of one of the things like how you come up with a comeback when somebody don't, you know what I mean? Like at this moment in time, she's not projecting any flaws. Not saying like she's flawless, but I'm saying, at that moment, like other than I don't know, like, because I don't really know their history again. So I don't know what she could have said back to her, but it just was like Candace was just throwing jab after jab after jab, and
Yeah,
she's stuck on wide body.
yeah, she's always jabs at that girl. I know she had called her a cockroach when she was pregnant. She she had told her I try to get out what I love it. She told her, you're itching. Your husband is nasty, you need to get a test.
Wow.
She has told her some mean stuff over the years. Yeah, she has. She definitely has. I want to say when she called her a cockroach, she was actually in labor. It might have been when she called her.
Her first baby, or
Uh-huh.
oh, wow.
I think she was in labor. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because she really took that one to heart. She was really upset by that one.
Mm-hmm.
By that comment.
But Ashley shouldn't have started the trouble though. But
Yeah.
But that's what Ashley does. It's like you should have expected she was gonna start something. You can't tell Ashley anything. You'll be like, Ashley's middle name is Nicole, and she's gonna be like, "Hey guys, did y'all all know my middle name is Nicole?" She just knows everything. She can't hold anything in. She just can't. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, snitches get stitches. So.
Yeah.
So you think the wide body comment and milkmaid comments were in the garden tool?
Yeah. Well.
You do? No judgment here. I mean, if that's what you feel like, Candace needs to cover those things.
I mean, at a moment of being mad at somebody, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go after their weakness, and I'm sure Candace definitely has an issue with her forehead because she said it multiple times. Yeah. Then she, the wide body, I know that's just a jab at her being pregnant, not losing the weight quick or whatever. Still, having a little stomach. Milkmaid, that was actually, I kind of like that one. I mean, what pregnant person are you ever gonna be mad at to use that on? So it's like you don't get to use that. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta be a mom that's still like breastfeeding or something that you can ever be able to use that.
Yeah. But something I did not think about. I didn't think about that Candace was probably just trying to go for the one thing that she felt like she was probably insecure about. It was like, well, she just had a baby. She's probably insecure about that weight. So let me call her wideback. And then talk about the milk and stuff.
Because it was almost like she was in the car and she's like, "Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think because she really was mad at her husband. Like she was, she was like, I would cuss you out. And she didn't get to, because even after he walked out, like you left her sitting there looking crazy. Then you had to pay the check. And then you got to walk outside and get back in the car with him. You know what I mean? It's like,
because I thought
that pretty much you gonna get dropped off and I'm gonna play golf because I ain't gonna deal with you. You know what I mean? So then she got to go meet up with her friends, and then she still got this going on. And then it's like, who do I see? Deep. Oh, big forehead Ashley.
Yeah,
it just
tonight.
She was pushing for it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, whatever that girl into, and it's like, what? Did you just say that? She's like, yep, I said it. You blah 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 blah. I was like, whoa.
But you know what is? I can't even remember what was said that made her call Ashley a garden tool.
I think she was saying she didn't start anything. She didn't start the stuff, and she's like, if I started it, I would admit that I started it, but I didn't. And she was like, what I said was, and she was going to what she said, but what she said was actually a lie because that's not what she said to her. Because I'm like, where'd she even get that from? She didn't even say that, period. I'm like, obviously nobody else knows but Wendy, but she never even said that. And then it made it worse because it was like, hey, are you having problems sexually? And it's like, I know that ain't how she said it, but something like that. It's like, why would you go into it like that? Because then that's accused, or you and your husband having issues sexually, because then that's accusing. And they were like, so if you said it that way, that is stirring the pot. But that's not even what she said. That's why I'm like, what is she doing to herself? She made it worse.
Yeah.
Because Giselle had asked her, did you bring the hot sauce? That's Giselle. When had asked her, did you bring the hot sauce? And then Wendy said all that.
Oh, yeah.
Which one that said all that?
Yeah, when she was explaining what she said, but it was actually completely wrong. Yeah. And worse. Because if you led with that, then yeah, you straight went in accusing her and her husband of having issues, and then said the blog is out saying y'all having issues. So yeah, she made herself look really bad. So I feel like that gave Candace even more justification to go ahead and finish the cussing out that she didn't really get to give her when she kicked her out. Plus, she didn't get to give it to the husband either. So somebody had to get that cussing out. Somebody's going to be the milkmaid up in there. What better person than the one producing milk?
She was ready. Okay. Well, that was the show. The clips for next week, they look pretty good. So
if they're gonna be next week.
Yeah, if it's next week. I know this episode, it was boring up until we got to the part where they met up for Robin's drinks. Other than that, I mean, the show, it just really wasn't that bad.
I like the cafe scene too when they went to eat, her and the husband, because I felt like that started getting the word. To me, that's where it got a little juicier because it was like,
that did, yeah. So it was more towards the end, yeah. But yeah, so when Candace sat down with her husband, that was a good scene there. I actually even liked the scene with Mia and her mom. But the rest of it was almost felt like a filler episode to me a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. The dress scene was nice. What'd you think of the dress scene, Sean?
What dress scene?
When they were shopping for dresses for Karen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they told her the truth. So, yeah, they didn't tell her, oh, you look pretty in that dress.
Yeah, but they did it in a nice way. And I can appreciate that. Yeah.
Men out there, tell your woman the truth. Say you don't look good in that dress.
No, men out there, be nice to your woman. Say, if you're going to be honest, be nice. Honest.
Don't lie. Don't lie. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
I guess it depends on how you gonna say it. Like if you just gonna be like, "No, fat girl, you look fat in that dress," you just take it off because nothing you put on is gonna do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't be mean like that.
I was about to say, men, y'all have no problem with lying when your woman is like, "Were you just looking at her?" "Oh no, I wasn't looking at her." So you can lie and be nice to her too.
No, tell her the truth. Say, "Yeah, I was looking at her." Say, "Oh, did you see
yeah.
She had on some nice shoes. I want you to wear those shoes one day."
Yeah, some nice shoes.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
Yeah. As you lie, because you know good and well, if you looking at a woman, you ain't checking out her shoes unless them shoes are really. Now us women might be, but it take a lot for a man unless it's something crazy about the shoes.
Yeah.
Like some of them, I'm gonna get you sucker shoes with the fish in them. Yeah, then I would say you probably looking at the shoes. If it ain't got fish in it, you ain't looking at them shoes.
You're looking at her skirt. You're checking out the skirt. Like,
maybe if she has on a pair of Jordans, they might be looking at her.
They might be. They might be.
I don't believe so any other time. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's got the fresh. How she get the retros? But yeah, other than that,
no. Exactly. All right, well, I guess that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. And if you watch all the way to the end, then you are our MVP. All right, so come back and check us out on Saturday. We'll be doing a recap of Life After Lockup. All righty. So thank you for checking us out. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out, as well as you can go ahead and subscribe as well so you can become one of our crew members. All right. And so until next time, thanks, guys.
Bye, y'all. Thanks, Kim and Demel.
Yes, thank you, Kim and Demel.